The shadows of dreams. We're going to be talking about them dreams tonight. Kay, what's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's going. It's another night. I'm excited. I love Wednesdays.
Oh, me too. I can't wait to see what beautiful dreams we're going to be talking about tonight. So, guys, if you have some dreams that you would like to get some understanding for, don't hesitate to put those dreams in the chat. Put them in the chat. That way we can take a look at them and get a chance to answer them. We're going to try to get to as many dreams as possible. Tonight is, well, I mean, let's talk about that full moon that we had Friday, okay?
Oh
Let's
my
talk about
gosh,
that
jacked
energy.
energy.
That energy was like completely crazy, and then it was keeping you awake, and then because well, I'm a Cancer, so anytime the moon is full, my ass is wide awake. It's almost like part werewolf type energy. Like, oh, like a werewolf. Um, but you know, the dreams. Even my husband was talking about how his dreams were affected. It was so strong. He said they were like stories. He's like
Mm.
sleep and watching television. And I've actually heard a couple people talk to me about how their dreams recently feel like watching a story or watching a movie or an episode of something. And every time they would wake up and then they would go back to sleep, it would be a completely different episode. Same people,
Mm.
different episode. And it's like,
I love
wow,
them.
I'd love to be able to have you guys come on the show and start talking about some of these dreams so we can kind of depict what was happening at that moment so we can help them through it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these amazing dreams that we've got out there. So were you dreaming very strongly?
I've been so the thing is because I'm a dream empath, so I get visions through my dreams. I've been having very specific like visions
Mm-hmm.
for the last, I don't even know, like the last couple of days. It's been like everything's just been jacked. My intuition has been stronger, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like for me, it's almost like it's so hard to differentiate right between the dream and the vision for me that I'm like, everything seems so real right now.
Right. And the energy, it's because it's so intense. The energy has been so intense since we've had that moon. That Aries energy came through and it was like, oh, you guys want to turn up the notch of intensity? No problem. They broke the damn knob off it clearly because it has just been go, go, go with that. And I know you're the quote girl and you're like, if they show you who they are, that's who they are.
Believe
Believe it. And so that's what we're getting a lot of. We're getting a lot of that energy. And people are showing that side of them that they like to hide. It's coming
Mhm.
out in full force. So
It has been interesting even seeing how it's affected the world as a whole, this full moon energy.
oh yeah.
Look at the government.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Kevin.
Uh,
All right. Bunny says, yay, Journey and Kay. What's up, buddy? All right, guys, if you have any dreams that you'd like to get an understanding of, please don't hesitate to put in the chat what your dream is. We're looking forward to talking to all of you guys and getting a chance to dive deep into those dreams and see where they're going to be taking us. So
yes.
I've had some pretty wild dreams here recently, and which the dreams that I've had recently is telling me that there's another psychic coming my direction. It's a dream that I
Ooh.
always have when psychics come my way. And I'm not talking about like, oh, this is a psychic. They know how to read tarot cards. It's always that one, a very special type
Like
of person that
person.
has that like before when I met you, I had that dream. Before when I
Oh,
met you, I had that dream. You know, there's those people that have those specific special abilities that the universe shows me and it provides me a color and all kinds of different things. It's absolutely amazing. So
oh, I
they show
love
me
that.
aura and they give me warnings, and
I
sometimes
love
I
that.
take them, and sometimes I'm like, maybe they'll change. Journey knows damn good and well they ain't gonna change. Still gives them a chance anyway. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
We got this. We move forward. I digress. All right. So, what do we got first on our dream interpretation list tonight? Who do we
Let's
got?
see. Let's see.
All right. Squirrel says, I have a narrator often in my dreams that narrates my dreams for me. Other times he talks to me about the world and astrology. I really wish I could remember everything he said. He me first once told me first we have to make the choice we can live with. Then we need to make the choice we can with those choices, stuff like that. Uh, is he just a dream or is it something more? Well, when I look at this and I'm seeing what you're trying to explain to me, I don't believe this is just a dream, and I don't believe this is just your inner self trying to tell you something. So as you're being talked to, this is your guides. Your guides are these are more than likely these dreams are coming on days like you've been overwhelmed for a week and things have just not been balanced. So when you have these dreams, the dreams are being narrated for you because your mind is overworked, you're exhausted, or you find yourself in a state of, well, yeah, it's that state of exhaustion where you can't. It's almost like even in the dream, you're tired. Even in the dream that you're tired. So when you're that type of exhausted, you haven't been listening to your guides as they're trying to guide you through your situation at hand. So these narrations are happening because even in the mind, your mind is telling you with that simple understanding to have that narrator is you're exhausted. Take time for yourself, allow yourself. And then you're talking about choices and how those choices will affect you, which is also allowing you to realize that you've bitten off too much. You've got more than you can chew. And so you need to be able to make these choices, these consequences to these choices you've made, so you can get through this and get yourself back. So to me, that your guides are letting you know, and it's one specific guide letting you know, hey, you're exhausted, you're tired, you need to do this, make these choices. And you do want to remember everything that they said, but at the same time, the inner self that you have is talking you the hell out of it. She says, yes, it's always the same man. The thing is that this inner self is telling you, oh, give him another chance. Go ahead. Tell your inner self to shut up at this point. Your guides are trying to give you direction, but you are fighting your own guides, again, which continues you to not accept or not remember what this guide was telling you because eternally you are saying no, you're resisting. So if you stop resisting and need to, when you feel yourself in that type of dream, what I need you to do now, this is where you're taking control of your dream, is to hear them out and think logically about it. Don't think about their feelings. At that point, it needs to be about you. The dream is about you. Your narrator's talking about you, not about them, not what they can do. You can walk through the other stuff as you go along, but do not allow yourself to talk yourself out of the things. By doing that, you're going to remember what your guides were telling you while you were in this sleep state, because I'm telling you right now, this is what's happening. You're talking yourself out of your own dream, the guidance that you're receiving because you're not hearing it. So she says, man, one time he was walking me through the stars and telling me their names, and he said something about how the stars' names were music that flowed through all of us. Absolutely. So that you grasped that because you know why? It wasn't something that he wasn't telling you something that you were rejecting or about someone that you would reject or a situation which you would reject. He was talking to you about what astrology, something that you love, something that you're extremely passionate about. So that doesn't surprise me that you were able to take in that information because there was no resistance to that information. If anything, there was a gathering of knowledge in which some people just don't get that knowledge. So That's pretty cool. And I know you love astrology, so that's why it was easy. But I'm going to say more than likely this might be a part of the dream that you're not currently remembering. And there's a reason for that because you understood it. So once you understood it, you didn't need to remember it like that anymore. So this part of the dream is where after he walked you through and talked to you about astrology, he was capable of getting the message that you needed to know across, and you finally accepted it. And a lot of times when we have these dreams that we remember, these are dreams that we you liked the dream so much that it was fascinating to you, it was a learning thing. You love astrology, so you remembered it because you wanted to hold on to it. A lot of times when we don't remember that we dream, or a lot of people say, "Oh, I didn't dream." You did dream, but you comprehended what your body was telling you, what your mind was telling you, what your spirit was telling you. You were capable. So in this case, you loved the knowledge that you obtained because it was so exciting when it came to astrology, but the information that followed behind it was the only way your guide could get you to accept things for what they were and how things were moving forward in your life. Now, I'm not going to hog the screen the whole time, so I'm going to throw it over to Kay and see what she's got. Because I know she got some juicy gossip for you on this.
Because he was trying to take everything I could say out. So, you know.
Not me. I wouldn't do that. How dare you?
So, one thing that I that stood out to me was the narrator, and much of what Journey was saying, I definitely agree with. The thing with having a narrator that I oftentimes, hear with different people who say, okay, this person was narrating even the things they say. Well, oftentimes the way your mind works, and this is a little bit of psychology too, is you see life in a bit more of a dramatic way. You may even react to situations a little bit differently. Are you a person who may have some sort of either traumas or issues or different medical even related things that may cause you to be a bit more sensitive to things? So then in theory, right, quote unquote, you're a more dramatic person. So having a narrator in your dreams only makes sense, right? Almost like a movie. I hear people who say, I see a movie script through and I'm going through scene by scene. So it's just kind of interesting how our inner voice, inner thoughts, or subconscious kind of pay attention. She says, not issues. I have the whole damn subscription.
Should be selling those shits to Time Magazine.
Selling them. Somehow here we are. But no,
Exactly.
and it's okay. You know what I mean? You do have, and that's okay to have all that going on. But that just shows how your mind kind of makes it less serious, though, right? You're making you're making a joke of yourself in a sense, but not in like a harsh way. You are being softer to yourself. But in your mind, you're making it as a movie, you're detaching in your own way. The other thing that stood out to me was the different quotes and even the direction that you were kind of saying that this guide or this narrator was kind of pushing you on. A lot of these things are things that you probably already had thought or you already felt, but you weren't listening to, you weren't seeing, or your brain sees a little bit differently. So I feel like a lot of this is kind of coming through in your dreams. There's things that probably you've never said to people or things that you've kind of felt or you've always just had. And to me, it's almost like this is now your dream is like, here, oh, you get to play it out, right? So your narrator is you. I feel like that's your deeper inner voice. I also want to say, pay attention to the dreams that come up after this. Like from here on out, what is your narrator like? What's going on in your life that this narrator is saying these certain things? Pay attention to how that pans out, because I think even now you'll start to notice a trend. Maybe whenever you're feeling more senses of stress, maybe when there's things that are kind of going on more emotionally based, maybe when there's times of happiness, etc. Maybe when you have an event coming up, you'll start noticing that you're having this dream that this narrator is saying or giving this sense of advice, because a lot of it seemed like it was guiding you, right? And again, go back to that subconscious, that inner voice. So anyhow, Scroll, I hope that helps. That was definitely an interesting dream.
Yeah, I mean, your inner voice, it could have, and again, your guide's giving you a clue like, hey, you need to focus.
Mhm.
You've lost yourself. And Squirrel says, "Thank you both." Or that was awesome. Absolutely.
What was that accent? I know her.
She had a 9 in there. I was gonna say, "Thank why nine yo both."
Thinking all. Thinking all.
I was trying to see if I could say it as an actual word.
It came out as an accent.
Trust me, I'm the king of typos. I can type up some stuff and then realize I've missed every T in every sentence. I'm like, how did I do that?
That's me when I angry text.
Yes. And then it makes you even more angry. We all speak typo. Exactly. We all speak typo. I see typo.
I see typo.
Totally be like, that word's not right, and it's completely right, and then I change it, and so that looks better, completely wrong. I'm like, good thing I don't run a spelling bee because I would not be good at this. All right, well, that was good. I'm glad that she was able to hear that and that inner voice. Yeah, I mean, we hear voices of all types, and sometimes even in your dreams, you'll hear yourself with, like, let's say if you're not from England, but yet all of a sudden you have this English accent, or you have a Scottish accent, or you have, all the accents of all over the world. Sometimes we speak in different languages. I've had dreams where I was talking.
Have I? Very fluent.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, where did he come from?
And understanding every damn thing I was saying. I was like, I don't speak French. When did I start speaking French?
And why can't I do it now? What?
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of people, they listen to languages when they go to sleep.
Yeah.
And they pick up the language as they sleep. They just play it all night long.
That's me. I listen to the news and all night long. And then when I wake up, I know everything that they're saying. I'm like, it's in here. I should have did that in school.
She's prepared. She's prepared. Also, by the way, speaking of sleep, so I know this is the very beginning of our sleep cycle. Some of us work at nighttime and you're going to sleep during the day. Today, the 4th of October, the U.S. is going to have an announcement. So at about 2:20, you're going to hear your phone, your TV, your radio, everything is going to go off. Please do not worry. It is just a test of the national broadcast system. So if you are someone who sleeps during the day, please shut your phone off, because if not, it's going to wake your ass up. So just a little heads up. Bunny says, imagine waking up and speaking French. That would be awesome.
Would love that. I mean, if I could just wake up and learn something, that would be great.
I would love to learn how to speak Japanese. It's always been something that I wanted to learn, as Japanese.
That would be interesting.
So, that would be great. Now I'm going to go play some tapes of speaking Japanese while I sleep.
We're going to be trying to speak a different language on this show, guys. Bear with us.
Rebecca says, yes, it's gonna trip everyone out. Laugh out loud. It will, especially those who sleep during the day. Insomnia powers activate, because I don't want to hear that mess. Exactly. So allow yourself to shut your phone off for tomorrow, because that is going to be a day where, if you are a day sleeper and you work at nighttime, that is definitely going to interrupt your sleep. And the thing about it, and the reason I'm saying anything about it, is because it is going to interrupt your sleep in a way that will keep you awake for at least an hour after it has happened. It's going to be so startling that you're going to get mad about it. So I would rather it not ruin your day and give you a chance to get that full sleep.
Crazy.
All right. Well, let's keep it going. Kay, you're up.
My turn.
Yep,
all right. Anna says, I, a province floating with one side of the sky in chaos and fire, the other side tranquil. And the I was the universe, then it shifted, and the I was the chaos, and everything else was calm outside of it. This sounds very prophetic. First off, I understand the whole aspect of the eye that you're speaking of, but even with eyes, just thinking of at the aspect of that eyes have evil, good, wisdom, mystery, knowledge, all of the above. I mean, I know I'm missing one. Journey probably remember, but it holds all of those pieces to it. So you're seeing a lot. Right now, I'm curious how your, and please give feedback. I'm curious how your energy has been lately. Have you been feeling the shift? And this is, I know this sounds insane to anyone who may not understand, but I've been, it's like just psychically, intuitively, I've been feeling like a shift, like something big is about to happen. I feel like you're getting that saying there's a prophetic dream in there of some sort. And I feel like you're seeing, even when we see fire and water, that's, again, it goes back to those aspects of balance, right? Um, Almost think of the justice scales. Oh, we're in Libra season too, right? But think of how it all balances out. Think about how it all plays into each other. So I feel as though you're almost, maybe look a little bit deeper. What other dreams are you having? What other feelings have you been having around this? Let me see that. Can I see her question again? Okay. Now everything else was chaos and everything else was calm outside of it. Okay. So you're literally seeing everything. This was almost the full picture. Um, what I want to say is that in that chaos, when you see chaos, what is it? Is it fire? Is there fighting? Is there, what else? What is your idea of chaos? And then when you see calm, what does calm look like? Are you seeing an environment? Are you seeing people? Is this because all of these things are different pieces that play aspects into the dream as well. So I really want to say there may be something that you're feeling that's coming, and I feel like your intuition is really calling to you. The idea of everything kind of going from chaos to calm, from storm to peace. This is all dealing with balance, and maybe you even may need more balance in your life, or maybe you're feeling that there's a need for more balance or for something to shift. Definitely something to shift, because you're seeing it all, and there maybe things have even gotten really hot around you too, and you're needing that sense of calm. So yeah, I'm curious the other aspects of what you have going on in that dream, and again, very curious on the chaos. What exactly all are you seeing in that? All right. I'll pass you over to Journey.
All right, good stuff. And I am probably I'm gonna say regurgitate a lot of things that Kay had already said here, and the chaos and seeing that pulled back energy, and seeing that it was a mess, and then it was balanced, and then it was it's calm. So you're seeing a lot of different things, but what aren't you allowing yourself to see? As you were capable of seeing it from that perspective and then seeing everything going around, it's telling you to open your eyes to the bigger picture. But what is the chaos? What did you consider chaos? What you considered chaos could be the natural balance of things. And that's what I was getting with that. And that's really what Kay was saying too. What was that? Was it fire? Was it people fighting? Was it, what were you getting? What aren't you allowing yourself to see so you can create that balance in your life? Because there is something going on in your life that's telling you that you need to take a look at the bigger picture, because things aren't quite the way you're seeing them. And in order for you to get that balance, you need to see what's right and what's wrong at the same time, so you can find that balance, especially with, again, Libra season, regurgitating the stuff that we already heard. But I see what she's saying. I have to agree with her on this. So what is going on in your life? What part of your life that you're ignoring, but you're trying to find balance within yourself and within your own life, that you are not accepting? And what things of balance have you been avoiding? Because with that type of imagery, you are avoiding certain parts where you consider it to be chaos. I don't believe it's chaos. It feels like the natural order of things is trying to progress. It's trying to happen, and you keep putting your foot in the door and not allowing that door to shut. So what is it that you can tell me and Kay about what the chaos was? Was it fire? Was it people fighting? Was it a hurricane? What is it? Because these things do matter, but I do feel like you are blocking yourself from a certain aspect of your life. And even though internally you are trying to create that balance so you don't have to live in chaos, some chaoses do have to happen in order for you to have your balance, because there are certain things in our lives, at certain parts of our lives and certain times in our lives, we have to let go of certain things. But if you're not willing to let that go, you're constantly going to keep putting your foot in the door, not realizing that you are the cause of your own chaos because you're allowing something to stay in your life that does not belong. It is time. That time with that energy is over. Doesn't mean when we allow something to walk away for a little while, doesn't mean it's gone forever. It's just, it's not meant to be in your life right now. So don't try to hold on to it, because it will cause you to get out of balance. So look at the bigger picture, find out, is it really chaos or just time to let yourself walk away from it for a little while? Let it go do what it's got to do. Let it cause its problems somewhere else. Because I know a lot of people that will step in line and try to save a friend from their own consequences, and then wonders why their life is in shambles when they weren't the one who even did what was happening. And what has happened is that person intervened when they weren't supposed to. The person who was dealing with the consequence should have had to deal with their consequence. And then when it was time for them to rebuild, that's when you were supposed to help, but not beforehand. Sometimes we got to let the chaos happen. Find out, look at the full picture. That's why I keep seeing like the dreams pulling back like this, and you're seeing more of the picture. I need you to take a look at what's happening in your life right now. See the bigger picture. Know what's right and wrong, because you know what's right and wrong. I know it's hard to let somebody go through something without wanting to help them. But in this case, whoever the chaos is around, whatever's causing chaos in your life at this time, because taking a look at the bigger picture and realizing who the problem is going to help you gain the balance that you need so you can, kind of walk through life very smoothly, rather than feeling like, what the hell is even this? We don't want you to feel stressed or have dreams that come off so strong. And those symbols. The thing about those symbols too is, I know that the symbols have meanings. Everything has a meaning, but what does those symbols mean to you? When you saw those, what was your first instinct when you saw those? That too will help me understand that part of your dream. I really wish you were here to communicate that with us, because I'm not seeing any response as to yet, but I would really love to know what those certain symbols mean to you, because everybody sees things in their dreams. Again, dreams are symbolism, but they all mean something different for that specific person, because the dream that Kay has isn't the same. It's not going to be interpreted in my dream. If I were to have the same dream, it would be completely different, because the symbols may mean or have different meanings for me as they would for Kay.
Yeah, and I went to just go look because it was going to kill me. With the Eye of Providence, what the quote is, and it sees all, knows all. Mm-hmm. So again, there's something, again, that intuition is kicking at that you're ignoring.
Yeah. Take a bigger look at that picture, because it's trying to show you, but because I feel like you're scaring yourself with your own imagery. Mm-hmm. And you think it might be something bigger than it actually is, but your dream can also be telling you, if you do not take a look at the bigger picture, it will become something more dramatic than what it currently is. It'll go from an anthill to a freaking mountain in damn near no time at all. That was a good one. That was
like a deep and girthy one.
Guys, stick around. When we start talking about your dreams, let's make sure that we can go ahead and communicate with you, so we can get a little bit more insight.
Yeah.
We're able to help you guys understand these dreams, and giving us a little bit more information as we go along with the dream. That's helped us interpret what's going on. Because remember, these dreams are your dreams. We are just trying to help you guys understand what's being presented to you. All right. And again, everybody has different symbolism. Everybody understands things different. I know people that are like, I saw a crow in my dream, and that means death. No, it doesn't necessarily mean. Does it? What is when you think of a crow? What is that to you? And then we would be able to go from there to help pinpoint the message in which you were supposed to understand. All right. Good one. That was a good one. All right, guys, we're going to keep it going. All right, let's go ahead and take the next dream with Bunny. Bunny says, I've been having dreams where I keep dying in the dream. I'm usually alone or I'm getting separated from my fiance, and my death is usually dramatic. Like me getting murdered. What does this mean? Wow. Bunny, that's a very powerful dream, but at the same time, this is going to sound really weird. And I'm going to tell you from what I'm picking up is this is about confidence. It's about control. She goes, when I have dreams like that, which is rare for me to dream usually, but I tend to feel what is like a spirit growing pain. Emotionally, I get that things are. I know what you think it's eternal. You think it's a spiritual message, but it's more of, to me, it shows me a reflection of how at that time what you're going through, you've gotten very, very frustrated or felt like you just want to give up at that point. Not that you actually want to give up, but we get it, that emotional exhaustion. And that's what I feel like these dreams, when you get to that point of exhaustion, that's why I feel like you're seeing yourself. It's like there's nothing I can do. It's gonna happen, and it's like I've given up because no matter what I do, I can't stop it. Same thing with people getting murdered. They try, but they, you know, it happened. So, Bunny, yours and they're rare. The dreams like that are rare, and it's only rare when you have that type of a breakdown where you just, spiritually give up, in a sense, and you're emotionally drained, and you just can't take anymore. And these dreams wake you up. She says, "Oh, that sounds like a depression manifestation." It's a way for you to try to get that out. You're trying to accept and understand, not to give up, that you can fight, you can do what you've got to do, but it's the dreams telling you, stop letting them murder you over and over again. Stop letting who it is that's bothering you or what it is that's bothering you take you down. You're not manifesting depression. You are actually trying to eliminate that depression. You're trying to show yourself that you are stronger than what's being presented to you at that time. When it comes to dying, it's also, when we die in our dreams, it's not always about how, like, you're going to really die. It's rebirth, transformation. And in these dreams here, it looks like that is exactly what it is, because you've emotionally killed off the person who was there before, and you're coming back stronger as someone else because you've understood that you need to come back stronger, that the things that the person who was coming after you is you. Look at your person who's killing you. It is not anyone else. Take off their mask, do whatever it is, but you will find that person is yourself. You are letting go of a overwhelming kind energy to realize that you've learned some lessons and that you're going to be able to move forward. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Kay, but I really feel like, look at the situation, look at the person who is coming after you, understand your atmosphere. Where are you? What is around you? What colors are around you? So that way you can understand what needs to change within you, or what you need to strengthen in order not to feel like giving up. But here's Kay. I'm going to pass it on.
Okay. So, one of the things that I noticed in your dream where you were talking about being separated from your fiance, more than likely is your comfort person. That's who you rely on to protect you, right? But what's interesting is you're always speaking of being separated from him and not being able to kind of stand on your own. Bunny says, usually I cannot see the person, but the color blue is always present. Okay. Um, I would say to in the blue can also be to speak also your thoughts, intuition, things of that nature. But anywho, see now I got distracted. um, damn it,
It happens.
it got me. So but anyhow, so the thing is what is it that you are afraid to handle on your own? You're looking for yourself to have that protector. You're looking for yourself to have that person. You're focused on the fact that you are losing out on this person. This person's not here. Or you're being separated away. But what is it that you need to stand 10 toes on? Right. So again, this does mirror a lot of what Journey was saying, because there is these things of where what is it that you're lacking that confidence to do it on your own? What's happening in your life in this time when you're having these kind of dreams? What kind of pressure, what kind of stress, what is it that you're under, what are the pretenses? Because a lot of times, okay, you're saying this dream, these dreams are rare, they're not always a thing, so what is making them pop up? um Also, you mentioned being murdered or being killed in your dreams as well. So again, that definitely goes under, Bunny says, work pressure. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the thing is you have to just kind of take things one day at a time. I mean, at the end of the day, here's it goes with work, right? Work is always going to be there, one way or the other. Work is going to be there. Work isn't going to change. You know what job you have to do. You know what the expectations are. You know what I mean? So just take it as this is just what that day is. But then whenever it's time to clock out, clock your mind out. Okay, take your time to step back and then recognize where you can have that separation, because you don't want to have that trickling in to your day to day, because look at how it's making, look at how it's coming up in your dreams. Look at the stress that it's popping up. Okay, so I would say maybe take time to evaluate whatever those situations that are kind of going on around you and take a moment by moment. um and the dreams of death are very much so awakening. You're going through your enlightenment period, so these are things that you're going to kind of figure out and grow, and this is only a thing that it just takes time, you know. um Bunny says, but I don't ever clock out, so I have no boundaries with myself. I'm always doing something. Okay, so then that's the time to start set. You're literally, your dreams are telling you, set some sort of precedence here. You have to have some, even for me, okay? I take, there's times I take time, I'll go a whole day, 2 days. I won't even I have two separate phones. I do two separate things. So you have to figure out whatever it is that it is, how does it work for you? So it's not trickling into that subconscious, so you're not having these, dreams the way that you're having them. But this is calling and it's telling you that it's time to make some sort of change, right? So wake up and listen to it. So then you can start changing that narrative. And even in the dreams, I always say this, you can take control over what's happening in your dreams too. It's just putting that practice into it, trying each time. What am I doing in my dream? How can I can Okay, what can I look for that's familiar? What can I hold on to? What can I do to potentially change the outcome? I've been here. I know that this is a dream. How can you kind of wake yourself up a bit? Okay. Solve your own problems, be your own hero, not even in just in your dreams, but in your own day-to-day life. Again, much of what Journey said. All right, so we'll bring him back on the screen.
So
Bunny
she says
said,
that
"That's terrifying. The thought of stopping. I'm afraid to fall. I'm afraid to fail. I'm already stressed."
the thing is that you're always worried about what if, and that's a land that you never want to live in. Never live in what if world. Everybody needs a break, and we you need to create a contract with yourself that says at this time I will disconnect. At this time, if you are Journey, you have everything is timed, breaks included. You have to give yourself time. And if people can't respect that, they're not worth having you in their lives and you having them in your life because they can't understand the boundaries that you are setting. And your dreams are trying to warn you of that. You are allowing it. And even though it may be other people and the pressure from other people, you are still allowing it. So you are the enemy within your own dream.
I think it's interesting too because when you say work stress, right? Work oftentimes is not the issue. It's not the issue of the work that you're doing. It's the factors that go around it. So,
Mm-hmm.
is it the work experience that you're having a hard time, or is it the fact that you're financially strained? Is it the fact that you've got a whole lot on your plate? What is it that has caused you to get here? But all of those things, you have to get back to the why of things, kind of shadow work, if you will. Why? What is causing me to be in this place, and then how can I separate that? Because the thing is, and this is what I say to anybody, everybody, and it was something I had to say to myself, was I have to have faith on the money. She says the workload, I may have taken on too much. Okay, well, then it's time to figure out how to loosen that workload up. But you have to have faith in the things that you're doing. You have to believe and love what you're doing to be able to have success in it, no matter what that is. Okay. She said, but I want to have nice things, so I hustle for the things I desire, but I may hustle too hard.
The thing about that is there's nothing wrong with wanting nice things and to want certain things, but then this is where patience comes in. So now I'm getting
Mhm.
a better understanding about you not having patience. So your dream is not only just telling you that you need to stop being your own worst enemy, but to have patience because you're not allowing divine timing to take place and you're always psychically trying to see what's ahead. So you're not getting the chance to live, which in dream it's telling you murder. So you're not getting a chance to live there either. She says, laugh out loud, tonight, but you both are right. So
Mhm.
even though you're not allowing yourself to live, it is showing that in your dream as well. So again, give yourself a break when breaks are needed. Schedule some time for yourself. We all need care time. That is not being selfish. That is taking care of you. Because guess what? If you're not taking care of you, no one else is. Even if you got someone that loves you, won't buy you everything that you've ever wanted. If you're not giving yourself you time,
Mhm.
whatever they're doing for you is thanks for that. But I'm so damn stressed. I'm not going to accept it in the same way I would have because my stress levels were way too high. Oh no, you don't want that. That's a
Speaking
big
some
glass.
facts.
Yeah, that's a glass of what the fuck. You don't want that. You don't need no glass of what the fuck. It's that
No,
good. It
none of
don't
that. We're
taste
trying to
good.
be good today.
You can't even mix it with vodka. It doesn't taste good. She says, y'all are right. I will try my best. Thank you both so much. You are so welcome, Bunny. We appreciate you. Give you some you time, even if you've got to schedule it. Journey's got to schedule his in
I
time.
schedule it.
Mm-hmm. It sounds silly, but it's needed. And then that's how you find yourself with the balance or the ability to be able to take on all these heavier burdened situations. As spiritual practitioners, we have to take on a lot of other people's anxieties, fears, hate. There's all kinds of different things that we have to walk through and be able to help that person walk through. But if you are not in a focused place, you're not going to be able to help them. What you're going to end up doing is taking the anxieties and pressures that you feel and actually push it onto their situation. That's why I tell people if you are not feeling it, do not breathe. Again, spiritual practitioners that are out there, if you are not feeling it, do not give that to a person who does not deserve it. You have to come in with a clear mind You have to come in with a clear mind and clear energy. I always sage, I always salt water, I always do something to keep my energies flowing right. Because if I'm off balance, anything that I may give as guidance to somebody else will affect them. And now, not only have I affected them, now the back of my brain is going, you just screwed somebody up. You came off too harsh. It says hard facts. Absolutely. The thing is that we just want to make sure that we keep that balance. And you're a spiritual practitioner too. Find a way to neutralize your energies, even if it's 5 minutes of meditation. Put your hands in the ground. Ground yourself. Do something that helps balance Bunny. What is Bunny like that helps balance her? And if you say a hard drink, that's at the end of the night when you ain't talking to nobody, all right?
She likes to play her video games. I always tell her to play her video games. Unplug, play your video game for a little bit.
Yeah, have a couple cookies, play some video games, relax, kick your feet back, think about nothing but the fun video game. She goes, and sangria. See, that's the end of the night part. The end of the night part, because you still have both. Yeah, you still have practice to move forward with. So, I mean, and if you are feeling in a place where you're out of place, just shut down for the day. There's nothing wrong with taking that break.
Sometimes you got to do it. Call off on the last day.
Oh, yeah, that's happened. So.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was too easy. The door was wide open. I had to walk through it.
I don't even think there's a door there anymore. All right, she put laugh out loud, or in the words of Cassidy and Energy, lol.
Lol.
All right, let's go ahead and take one last stream here, guys. We got just a little bit of time, and let's go. Okay.
All right, Rebecca says, hey guys, I have had dreams where I am having to fight someone and my punches don't work. Like they are slow moving and don't hurt them at all, barely touching them. Why does that happen? Well, honey, what are you frustrated about in your life? So, okay, you aren't standing up for yourself. You're not, none of your hits are connecting. Things aren't going the way that they're supposed to. You're fighting, but you're fighting a losing battle. What is it in your life that you're fighting a losing battle? What is it that you're not standing up in your power enough with? Especially for this to be something that's repetitive. You don't speak your mind enough. You hold things back. Rebecca says everything. Yeah, well, stop it. I don't know what you know what I mean? What do you want to say? Stop it. Don't do that anymore. You're hurting yourself. You're killing yourself. So what you're doing. Imagine this. How much does it take to hit and connect? And how much more it takes to hit and not connect? It takes a lot more energy. Rebecca says, LOL. Okay, so this is why they teach them in boxing and fighting to, take it easy. They bob, they weave, they take their time. They're not rushing it because you're wasting all that energy. Right now, you're blowing hot air out there. You're not putting your best foot forward. You're not standing in your true power. So guess what? That means you're not living your life to its fullest purpose. You can't say that you want your life to be better or different, but you're not doing anything to change it. She said, oh, wow, the energy part. Okay. I just want you to take the time to really sit back and reflect and realize that you have so much more you can offer the world by standing up and saying something. What do they say? If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. So stand for something in your life. And if not for anything, stand up for yourself. Why let yourself be a doormat that people can walk all over? Why allow yourself to sit in the passenger side of your own car? Okay. Take control of your life, literally. And if this dream is coming after tense situations or things like that, then maybe this is a time for you to reflect back and speak your mind about things. Rebecca says, yeah, I'm always letting people walk all over me. Aren't you tired of that? Is this the story that you want to have? If tomorrow's your last day, is that the narrative you want to write, that I let everybody walk all over me, the end? That sounds crazy, right? Like, it's time to step up and say something. If you aren't happy or if you're not comfortable, then you can't possibly be comfortable in your own skin. So if you can't be true to anybody else, you got to be true to yourself. Okay, honey, I hope that helps. I'll go ahead and pass you over to Journey.
All right. So I've been ready to dive into this part of it because she lets people walk all over her. But the thing is that when you put up a front as well, so you put up this front in these battles, like, that don't bother me, that don't bother me, that don't bother me. Oh, I let it roll down my back. Bullshit. You don't let it roll down your back. You hold on to it. And what people don't realize about you and the light punches that aren't affecting is you're a softie. You have a good front, but you're a softie. You're not the person, and as Kay said, you're afraid to stand up for yourself. But don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. If you can't live in your own power, no one's going to respect you. And she put so true. The thing is that, you hold on to these things and you're breaking down. So when it is time to protect yourself, you don't have the strength to speak up. You don't have the strength to defend yourself because all you've done was taken all these hits and all of that stress that you've got on you because of the way people have talked to you, the way that people have treated you, the way that you feel people think about you. Because it's not just, she said, light bulb, and it's not just the way people treat you, it's the way you allow people to treat you. It's the way you allow you to treat your own self. Because it's almost like when I see this dream and I kind of got a glimpse of seeing it, you're transparent. Like you're not physical. You're not solid. I can see through your arms. I can see through your hair. I can see through you. Meaning you're not fully there because you're afraid to ruffle feathers. But you want to know something? Someone who is talking down to you, someone who is treating you poorly, they're able to walk through you, walk all over you. But then there are those who feel in the same energy that you do, that you seem to have. You project what those who've done to you onto them. Even though you're trying to be kind, lighthearted, and all this, you don't realize you're doing it then. And that makes them turn against you. So it kind of feels like the world's against you. And the world isn't. And I don't feel like you realize you're doing that. So kind of take a step back, look at your situation, know when to stand up and take a stand when someone's doing something to you, but also take a minute to think about what you're about to say to somebody before you say it, because sometimes your punches are connecting and they're doing to somebody else what is being done to you. So don't allow yourself that, because I saw that yin yang in that situation when it comes to that dream. Because it's kind of like, oh, well, people do it to me, so it must be okay. It's not. And you know that. And it doesn't, not saying you purposely go out of your way to act like that or to do that, but it does come out. So allow yourself to find when it's right to stand up for yourself and when to calm yourself down when it comes to those who are light like yourself, because you're trying to find your strength, but doing what someone does to you does not make you stronger. It makes you just as weak as the person that was taking you down. That's not strength. And stop holding that energy or explaining. Okay, so one other thing that I saw with this, she put, okay. And I don't get that you're registering, you're doing that. So just kind of take a look at how you do things. Because I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I'm not saying you're the villain, but I do feel like you're beating yourself up so much that you're not realizing it. And don't put energy on people that you think they're thinking, because a lot of times we are not mind readers and we're thinking something completely different than how the person's actually thinking. And then we put that into our systems as well. So it's another thing that beats you down. She goes, I really don't. So I need to watch that. Absolutely. a lot of people, I'm going to say like 99% of the world does that, and they don't even realize they're doing it. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Okay? This does happen, and it happens to a lot of people. And sometimes we just got to take that step back, realize, recalibrate, do what we got to do. But in this case, in this dream, you're allowing people to walk all over you. Stand up or say, hey, that hurts my feelings. Why would you say that? Ask the question. There's no harm in it. And if they say, oh, I was just joking, okay, what do you say when people show themselves?
You believe them.
Okay, I had to do that because it was absolutely necessary, because she's our quote girl. She's going to tell you like it is. But I'm going to say this to you, Becca. Stand up for yourself when it's time. When you see somebody else or you feel like you are coming off aggressive, take a look at what that seems like to you, and how would you address it? How would you fix it? How would you change how you would put your energy out there? Because I know that you're a kind-hearted person and you allow too many people walking all over you. You're getting more beat up by you allowing yourself to feel that way. Says exactly. Thank you. You are so welcome. That's a tough dream, especially when you're trying to escape and she doesn't know why, but in actuality, it's just herself saying, stop letting people beat you up. Stop. If you want your punches to connect, when you stand up for yourself, your punches are going to connect.
That dream will change right around. You're going to beat that bully up.
You're going to be like, damn, did I break your jaw? I'm sorry. Those who have glass jaws shouldn't throw punches. But the thing is that she's not only is she taking on the punches from other people, she's accepting them and just saying, oh, it doesn't bother me, when it really does. It's depleted her energy. That's why she's not connected. And Rebecca's laughing out loud. But sometimes when we feel that way, we get trapped in the corner. Somebody who's in the same predicament we are, we'll find ourselves getting annoyed with them and then letting them have it. And you didn't know, well, what the hell did they do to piss me off?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not anything. You just were in a type of mood. So make sure you're checking that out too. Because that's an extra reflection in that when I saw her, I could see through her arms. I could see through her chest.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was getting some serious imagery there. And like, she wasn't standing. She was on the ground. She's trying to do this and trying to, it felt she was in many different positions of running, trying to do whatever she could.
Fighting a losing battle.
Yes. And it was, she goes, yeah, I don't see myself in the dream. Right. Because you are yourself. That's the thing. It is showing what you are doing to yourself. And that is letting people mistreat you. Stop letting it happen. Mm-hmm. Don't make me have to kick their ass, because I will.
We're on it.
I'm on it. On it. All right, guys. We have had a blast reading all these dreams for you guys. Don't forget, we will be back here next week with another dream interpretation right here on My Psychic Connection. Don't forget, tomorrow, 6 p.m., be here. Bunny is going to be having some fun with y'all. So get those beautiful psychic questions out for Bunny. She's going to be here having a great time with you guys. Also, let me check my schedule here, because I changed some stuff on the schedule. Make sure that I got it all down right. But we've got Squirrel. She will be on at 10 p.m. with Whispers from the Forest. And then we've got Astrology Breakdown with Journey and Squirrel. But tomorrow on Astrology Breakdown is going to be the story of Libra. So guys, check it out. Find out the origins of Libra and see where it comes from and get some knowledge, because knowledge is power. All right. Well, this has been a blast. Kay, I've had so much fun with you tonight.
Me too.
We will be back together. When do we come back together? Next week? Yeah,
next week on Wednesday.
Next week on Wednesday. Let's do it. All right, guys. Everybody have a beautiful night. Kay, sweet dreams. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.